Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 3 in season number 3 of the NOFSRL ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme. We come to the Michigan International Speedway for the Zomongo 200, a 20-lap event here around this 2-mile speedway in Brooklyn, Michigan. One of the longer races of the season at 40 miles in length, and while that's rather short compared to some other series we do here on Napa Fan, for this series, it's rather lengthy, especially compared to last week. We only raced 16 miles at South Boston. We head from the short track to the D-shaped oval. That's 2 miles long. It's definitely going to be an interesting one, especially considering that these guys are kind of tuned in the short track mode, and now they're going almost 200 miles an hour around this super fast speedway. But that's what I like about the ARCA Series. Got a very diverse schedule. No dirt tracks here. But other than that, a very diverse schedule, and we go all over the place. Next week, we're at a road course. I mean, it's definitely a great season. I love this series a lot, and the schedule is very good. And it's going to be interesting to see who gets the championship through all these races. And speaking of the championship, this is how they line up in the point standings. That is Julius Anderson with the points lead. 66 points towards the championship for him. Lauren Martinez is only 5 points behind. And Eric Camel is 6 points behind. Ryan Kinghart is 11 points behind. And Jonathan Wong is 14 points behind after 2 races. Our last winner was Jonathan Logan, who nearly went flag to flag at South Boston, but started on the pole, led a few laps, lost the lead, and then gave way to Lauren Martinez and passed her again. But I think in this race we're going to see a lot more passing. See the starting lineup there on the side of your screen. Justin Zeidel on the pole in the number 20. He got the fastest time in qualifying yesterday. Alongside him, it's the Daytona winner of Julius Anderson, trying to get his second win of the season early on here in the ARCA Racing Series. It is only a 13-race season, so getting those wins early could mean a lot towards winning that championship. Ace Garcia with the third fastest time alongside Nick Kennedy in the number 2. We have ourselves the number 10 of Julio Cesar starting alongside Tyler Markell in row number 3. Isaac Redman alongside Jonathan Wong. I believe Jonathan Wong has qualified top 10 in every race so far this season. Jonathan King in the number 99 alongside the 66 machine of Ryan Kinghart. That's the top 10 starting positions here for the Zomongo 200 at the Michigan International Speedway. Make sure all 34 drivers are rolling off, and they are. It's definitely a fast racetrack here in Michigan. The only 2-mile racetrack we go to all season. The other super speedways, or at least super speedways in classification of ARCA that we go to, are Kentucky, Chicagoland, Kansas, and Talladega. And also Pocono, because we go to Pocono twice throughout the year here in the ARCA Series. Almost forgot about my home state racetrack there. But either way, let's see who gets it done here in the Zomongo 200 at the Michigan International Speedway. Race 3 of the season is green from Michigan. And on the outside lane, Justin Zeidel with the run and the help from Julius Anderson. But his teammate Ace Garcia is right to the inside of him, looking to take this lead away. And here comes Isaac Redmond, the number 28, looking to the inside, as well as they pack race behind him. Erica Douglas, she is 3 wide for the 5th position. And like I said, she is a development driver to Annie Thomas. Annie Thomas won the NRLOA 500 here in season number 4. On the wall! Back in there! Julius Anderson and the 23 got in the outside wall. And they're going to clog it up off at turn 4. Carter Friesen involved. Brad Stover Nick Kennedy was involved, and Colton Yo is toast in the number 5. And I also saw Juan Garcia there. Dylan Young might have gotten a piece of it. Jonathan King in the 99. And the 52 machine of Adam Lewis. And that came out of nowhere. Did not expect that to happen, but it did. And Ace Garcia won the race back to the line. We raced 2 laps there under green. And then whammo off of turn number 4. Well, that was unexpected. Carter Friesen with a lot of damage in the number 0. It's a tough break for him. Kind of hate to see a lot of these guys. Nick Kennedy started 4th in this race and he got caught up in that. Got to assume that they went 4 wide off the corner. Of course, there are no pit stops in the ARCA Series. They can go the entire race on 1 tank of gas and their set of tires. So we're going to go ahead and get to the replay of the accident, see what happened to bring out the first caution of the day here in the Zomongo 200 at Michigan. The closing right here from Juan Garcia to the outside lane was incredible. When they entered the corner, I think Juan Garcia was maybe about 4 car lengths behind Julius Anderson, and then by the time they exited the corner, they were side by side with each other, and that difference in speed is what caused this accident there. As Garcia tried to close up on Colton Yo, and Yo clipped him in the outside wall, and then Julius Anderson just got minimal damage. But you see Carter Friesen right into Brad Stover. This wreck happened at the worst place because all these guys are coming off the corner, and these guys are coming down, and they're just not expecting all these guys to be there. They're trying to accelerate off the corner, coming to the line, and just didn't work out for a lot of guys. The 41's in the middle of all that. Matthew Phillips. But Colton Yo definitely getting the worst of that one as he got shot right into the outside wall as Juan Garcia had such a huge run on him. There's Carter Friesen. He popped the 27 of Brad Stover significantly, and I think Friesen's going to be done. As you can tell, the damage on that race car is going to be too much for him to be able to continue. For the other guys, the number 7 here, Nick Smith, I think they should be able to continue. Jack Barris with a little bit of damage right there. It's all pretty much rear end or side damage for those guys, so I don't think the engine was affected too much for them. But Carter Friesen and Colton Yo are definitely going to be done at the end of the day here at Michigan. As you can see, Juan Garcia is a little ways behind Julius Anderson, but he got all this speed on the inside and tried to clear Colton Yo, and there was just nowhere to go for those guys. And right there, you see Friesen get right into Stover. Stover had to slow it down, and Friesen was not doing so. And that's what caused that massive hit between those two drivers. But number 5 of Colton Yo is junk, unfortunately. Adam Lewis, Dylan Young, I think all these guys actually avoided it for the most part. But there's Juan Garcia with heavy damage. Julius Anderson, Daytona winner and our points leader with some damage in the number 23. But for the most part, I'd only expect those 2 guys to get knocked out. Carter Friesen and Colton Yo. I think we'll have 32 guys still in this thing in Michigan. Let's see if I'm right. Get to the restart here in the Zomongo 200 in Michigan with Ace Garcia leading the field in the number 55. We are back here at the Michigan International Speedway. Ace Garcia is the leader. So he won the race back to the line after that sudden accident off of turn number 4. Isaac Redman runs into second position with Ryan Kinghart, Justin Zidell, and Nathan Stapleton. The top 5, Erica Douglas, Ryan Bautista, Thomas Troxel, Jonathan Wong, and Andrew Miller, the top 10, as they come to the line, lap 7 of 20 here at the Michigan International Speedway. And I was right, only Carter Friesen and Colton Yo knocked out. The rest of the guys still in the lead lap here at the Michigan International Speedway. And here comes Justin Zidell to the inside. That is from 4th. He pushed Isaac Redman up the racetrack. Redman's gonna fall behind. And the number 66 of Ryan Kinghart's trying to hold on, but this is exactly what Ace Garcia wants to see. He wants to get that run on the rest of the field. And with them battling for second like this, it's going to be very easy for him to do so. 3 wide for second. Erica Douglas to the inside of the 20 and the 66. And Douglas is trying to get that run to the inside of Garcia. Not going to happen right now. The 55 is going to lead lap 7. But here she comes in the 02. A lot of help from those guys in the inside lane, and here comes the 02 of Erica Douglas taking the lead away from the 55. Jonathan Wong. Trey Bartos up here in the number 18. He wasn't even in the top 10 on the restart, and in 1.5 laps, he's 4th. How strong that inside lane is, and with this CTX physics package, it's definitely tough to pull away, and these guys are going to be pack racing this entire time, a lot closer to each other than they used to be when we initially came here with the GNS physics. Here comes Derek Hamill to the inside of Tuji Yarmachuk and Lauren Martinez, as the leader is the 02 of Erica Douglas. And here comes Jonathan Wong on the outside. He's going to clear Trey Bartow for now. Bartow will take third away from Ace Garcia, or at least attempt to do so on the inside lane. And right now it does appear that he will get it through turns 3 and 4. Derek Hamill's going to help him. Here's Adam Pinchan in number 33. Great to see him in the top 10. Going for his first Napa fan win since 2015. 3 years ago. Like I said, it's been since 2015 since he's raced here, but such an honor to have him back in competition on Napa Fan this season. Jonathan Wong's going to go to the inside of Erica Douglas for the lead. He's got it, and that's going to open the door for Trey Bartow in the number 18. Bartow's a very solid driver. We all know that for sure. He's been racing just as long as this channel has been around. Adam Pinchon was also there at the start, but Bartow's been around in every single season of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series since then. He has got a lot of experience. He's going to lead at the halfway point of the Zomongo 200. He's going to get that bonus point. Here comes Derek Hamill. A push from Adam Pinchon and Nathan Faden. Hamill with the inside as they go 3 wide behind him. Almost 4 wide, and it is 4 wide. Fisher G in the 9 to the inside of Yarmachuk. And Douglas, and around goes the 54 down the back. And there goes Erica Douglas as well. Nick Smith is piled in. And they're trying to keep it together back in there. Andrew Miller just hit somebody in the 22. Trey Wright and Isaac Redmond around. And I think Bautista in the 20, in the 48, I should say, with damage. You just can't go 4 wide here. That's just all there is to it. Derek Hamill will win the race back. We went a little bit longer that time than in the first green flag run, but we still had another one. Erica Douglas, one of the more dominant drivers earlier on in this thing. She might get the bonus point for most laps led. Possibly. Of course, we did have Ace Garcia lead under caution there. I think he might get it. But either way, they went 4 wide. Yarmachuk in the 54 went around, and there was just nowhere to go for all those drivers. And some of these guys are going to get knocked out after this one, unfortunately. But either way, Derek Hamill, the leader in number 43, trying to get his first win since Iowa in the HERS Dash Series. That was back in, I think it might have been May. Yeah, I think it was May. I can't remember anything that happened over the summer, but I'm pretty sure that was May. We'll see what he does on the restart, but first let's go ahead and see what happened down the backstretch here in Michigan to bring out the second caution in the Zomongo 200. Coming out at turn number 4, you see Fisher G pushing the issue on Yarmachuk in the 54, and the 02 of Erica Douglas was right in the middle of all this. Jonathan Wong nowhere to go. Ace Garcia was also back behind all this. I think he avoided it, though. But as you can see, the 02 machine of Erica Douglas gets spun around. Matthew Phillips hits her. And then Yarmachuk, still sideways on the racetrack, gets in the Marty Johnson. Nick Smith hit the 02 right there. And then you're going to see Andrew Miller run right into Erica Douglas as well. And you're going to see the 11 avoid the 02. I think Troxel is going to be safe. Julius Anderson, a bit of a bump right there. Remember, he had the damage from the first accident. But other than that, I think those were the only guys who majorly got involved. Were Andrew Miller, Nick Smith, Yarmachuk, Owen back ahead of those guys. Isaac Redmond, Trey Wright, and Ryan Bautista got into each other. So 2 separate accidents, basically. I'm not sure if Yarmachuk had something to do with this one or not. But as you can see, these guys going around, entering turn number 3. They all should be able to continue, as the damage will be minor on those machines. Replay this in real time, following the 54 at 2G Yarmachuk. Stapleton to the inside at Douglas, and that's what causes the 02 to go around. You see all those guys who hit her right there, and right there they go 3 wide, and they kind of squeeze play it into the outside wall. It's better than what happened to Isaac Redmond last week, though. ended up flipping at South Boston, and that was actually, I think, our first flip of the season. Happened at South Boston, not at Daytona, interestingly enough, but either way, the number 28 will still be able to continue. The only guys I see heading to the garage are Nick Smith and Andrew Miller. Both hit Erica Douglas hard on that accident. Anyways, Derek Hamill's now the leader. I hope that we don't end up with any more cautions, because we have a potentially good race in our hands here at the Michigan International Speedway. Race 3 of the season, the Zomongo 200. Let's see who gets it done in the Mitten State. Back here at the Mitten State of Michigan. Yes, I just call it the Mitten State. And in case you didn't know, it is shaped like a mitten. At least the southern peninsula is. The upper peninsula is kind of like a flag, and then you got like a couple islands in Lake Michigan. They're pretty cool. Yeah, I've never been to Michigan. I'd love to visit Michigan sometime. It seems like a very nice state. So, yeah, I apologize if I offended you by saying Mitten State, because it's probably one of the worst types of definitions I could put on the state. But yeah, I've had a long week, and I am tired. And that's what's coming out of my mouth right now. Derek Hamill, the leader in the 43. Nathan Faden started last. He's now second. Ryan Kinghart, Dylan Young going for his first career Napa fan win. Adam Pinchon's up here. You can't count out Fisher G. Trey Bartow, Nathan Stapleton, Ace Garcia, and Matthew Phillips. The top 10 with 5 laps to go at Michigan. 3 wide. Fisher G not wasting any time. And thing is, these guys close in a lot faster than they used to, and that's because of the CTS physics. You know, it's really hard for me to say CTS physics. It's a tongue twister for me. I don't know why, but still. Very high downforce race cars, and that keeps these guys low to the ground and close to each other. And there goes Ryan Kinghart to the inside of Derek Hamill. Thing about that low downforce, we can get a finish just like this. And Hamill leads that lap. That might be crucial to getting an extra bonus point, because I think he might lead the most laps with that one. Let a lot of laps under caution, and he's going to get the one after the caution as well. So we'll have to see if he does get that bonus point. Fisher G in the 9, trying to get to the inside of Nathan Faden. Nathan Stapleton's up here in the 15 with Adam Pinchon to his outside. Here comes the 20 of Justin Zidell. Lauren Martinez is up here. Dylan Young. He's got a lot of experience elsewhere, maybe not on Napa Fan, but in NR especially. And, of course, Trey Bartow, we all know what he's capable of. And they're all on the inside here, looking to take this lead away. But Kinghart gets it over Derek Hamill for lap 17. But Hamill wasting no time. They were able to pull away from the rest of the field. That'll open the door for Hamill to take the lead back from the 66. Here comes Fisher G in the 9. Looking to the inside of Ryan Kinghart. And a great run off at turn number 2. He's going to take it away, or attempt to do so at least. Kinghart trying to get the run up top. Not going to work for him. Stapleton helping the 9, and Fisher G is going to take second as Derek Hamill is back up front in the number 43. So Hamill, Fisher G, Nathan Stapleton, Ryan Kinghart, Lauren Martinez trying to get some redemption from what happened to her at South Boston. There goes Fisher G to the inside. He's got a strong number 9 machine. He's got help from Nathan Stapleton. Hamill's going to get a run up top. Will it be enough to clear him off the corner? No, it won't. Fisher G will take it away, coming to the white flag. Nathan Stapleton's up here in the 15. This guy wants to win. He's the defending champion. Dylan Young in the 77. 3 wide for third. White flag in the Zomongo 200 at the Michigan International Speedway for Fisher G in the 9. But Stapleton's all over the back bumper. Trey Bartow's back in here. I don't think it's going to work out for any of those guys. It's going to be either Stapleton or G in this one. They're 4 wide. They're going to keep it together. And Fisher G pulls away, able to hold on ahead of Nathan Stapleton. Dylan Young might get on the 15, and with these guys going single file, it's not going to be anybody other than Fisher G at the line. I think Dylan Young might get second here. But either way, Fisher G is going to get the win in the Zomongo 200 at Michigan. And second goes to Stapleton in the 15. He had help from Trey Bartow. Dylan Young will finish in the 3rd position, Barto 4th, and Jack Cabarrus out of nowhere for 5th. The Fisher G, could tell right there on the restart he had a very strong car, and he showed us all how strong it was, coming home with the 3rd race of the season here at Michigan. Congratulations to Fisher G, and look at the guys he beat. Nathan Stapleton. Now, I know Dylan Young doesn't have much of a resume here on Napa Fan, but if you don't know who Dylan Young is in the NR world, you don't know NR too well. Trey Barto is 4th. Of course, he's Trey Barto. Jack Cabarrus, of course, Cabarrus hasn't driven for that long, but he's a development driver to Davey Johnson, who's been around for quite some time. Thomas Troxell's been around forever. Adam Pinchon, Adam Lewis, Ryan Kingart, Isaac Redman. Of course, Fisher G won 3 races in the Truck Series last season, including the final 2 events. He's definitely a very good driver, and this is at least his 4th win on Napa Fan. So congratulations to him on that one. Definitely a well-earned victory here today at the Michigan International Speedway. And at the end of all that, only 2 guys failed to finish. Carter Friesen and Colton Neo from the first accident. Andrew Miller was able to finish along with the other guy, Nick Smith. They both had a lot of damage after that accident, the second one, but they were able to continue and finish on the lead lap. Maybe not all the points they wanted, but still they finished, and so there's some honor in that. But either way, Fisher G the winner here in Michigan. Next weekend it's the Lake Effect Ice Cream 125. Hopefully we'll have Jesse Turner in the booth for that one from Watkins Glen. The only road course race of the season, but the best road course race of the season. Understandably. Apologies about being a little off today. It's hard to narrate when you're coming off of a cold like this and you want to cough every 5 seconds, and if you talk long enough, it builds up back in there and it can be hard to breathe at times. So thankfully, we didn't have an issue in this race. A couple times I might have raised my voice. That was unintentional because I was about to cough, but I had to hold it in because I don't want you to lose your sense of hearing, because that would be kind of loud. This blue microphone doesn't pick up my voice too well, but if you cough or blow your nose right into it, you're gonna hear it. But either way, congratulations to Fisher G on the victory here today at Michigan. Here are the point standings for the ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme after 3 races, and tomorrow morning the Turkey Hill Truck Series heads to the Rock for the Cheerwine 200. 40 laps there around that mile-long racetrack. Thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Fisher G, and I will see you guys later.